Oh yeah.
Why don't you stay and defend your views then? Like, I'm honestly, like, I want to hear
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
No,
say.
I'm about to give you like a serious opinion right
I
now.
was
All
talking
right.
to, I'm sorry, I'm not sure whose name it was, but who was like, yeah, 5 pounds of beef, like,
That's
whoever
me.
that was. No, that wasn't you.
No, that was me.
That was Cammy.
No, I ate 5 pounds.
No.
Okay.
No,
He ate
no,
the beef. I was like, I support
that's
that.
what I was commenting on. I was commenting on the person who wooed someone eating 5 pounds of beef. You guys, it's gonna be
I
a long
mean,
night.
beef is delicious. So,
Here,
Okay, well,
I'm about to give you an honest opinion right now. So, most people are not vegan because, I understand that your views of vegan are like it's terrible to kill these animals and it's not right,
mhm.
is that kind of things, right?
Is that the
It's
kind of
just,
thing? Do you want me to like just flesh out my opinion before like if we're gonna actually debate? Like you have to know what I
well,
think, right? So
I'm
I
I
don't
just
value animals' lives more than I value humans' lives. I would prioritize humans, but I think that any unnecessary cruelty is not something that you can ethically justify.
why
So
would you?
yeah, yeah, okay. So
I don't
that's
think
that's
it's
what I was
something
gonna that's what I
that
was gonna go on anyway. So
is yeah conducive to a productive and like
I'm gonna give you like a
beneficial
serious opinion.
society.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a serious
What?
opinion. So basically, most people who eat meat are pretty insensitive to the fact that what's happening.
Okay.
Also, and the second thing is that they don't. So there's either two sides to this. Either that they're insensitive to it because especially in America, they're exposed to death, they're exposed to harsh things all the time, especially in the news. And the second side is that people just don't know exactly what's going.
Oh no, okay, so you're basically saying reasons that people don't do something. What I'm interested in, I guess, is if you have a moral argument for why it's not a just a moral obligation of what I would characterize as decent people, as in
I
like
mean,
people who are
with
avoid doing
that
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
you
moral
need to
obligation,
you
unnecessary
need to
that's
fucking
like
not
things.
eat meat to be a
say,
good person.
Okay, wait. So that
Sorry,
that
wait,
just
wait.
depends
The
on what
fuck?
That's like
moral
saying
means.
what? I didn't hear you. I might have to mute some people if everyone can't talk at
Yeah.
once. I'm not trying to
So
be like a dick or anything,
yeah.
but
Everybody's morals are
no, I
like.
wanted to hear what you were gonna say. You were about to.
Roll
Oh no.
Sorry,
talk.
what Cammy was about to say.
Oh,
You're
okay, okay.
gonna say something in defense? You had a
I
justification that you
mean,
were about to
everything's
present?
going to die eventually.
Okay,
So, why
but
not?
you're
First of
gonna
all,
die eventually. Does that mean that's okay for someone to kill you?
Yeah, that's a bad argument.
oh, if someone wants to kill me, feel free. I'll give you my address.
Well,
Like,
okay, well then
please.
you pretty much just lost like any debate from like a rational standpoint because most people don't want to live in a society where like murder is like encouraged and
Yes,
legal and
but
stuff like that.
that's not my main point. My main
I
point
don't know what your main
is,
point is because you said that
I'm trying
instead.
to make it, and everyone's talking. Okay.
Everyone's not
Sorry,
talking.
I'm really bad at getting to the point. Just 2 minutes? Not even two
Ooh,
seconds,
boy.
please.
Had some losses today or what?
Okay, bad. That's fuck.
You want to debate, yet you keep talking.
No, I
You
wasn't
more or
talking.
less-
I was responding to what you were saying.
let her finish what she's saying before you respond.
All right.
You get the whole thing out.
So more or less,
Mhm.
I mean, fuck. You
That's
know what?
right.
Never mind. Probably
That's
heard
all
that
right. We all
argument
strike out
1,000 times
sometimes,
anyway.
but
It doesn't matter if they've heard it. Just might as well say it. Fuck it.
you almost had something to say, but that's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
but
do
I
I do
mean,
have something to
animals
say.
eat meat anyways. Are you just going to force your dog
Animals
to be a
also
vegetarian?
That's
animals
also a
also
bad
rape
argument
each
because
other.
animals don't have like.
Yeah, animals
We
don't
have
have
the
the
option
same.
not to eat animals, while animals don't have the option not to eat animals.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and also
Like I
animals
fucking
don't
love
have the
meat. I'm not gonna
same.
become fucking vegan, but there's not really
They
any
don't have the
moral.
same cognitive
No moral
capabilities that
argument.
humans have, so they don't have the same obligations in regards to morality. Like, what the hell? They also have different diet needs. I mean, it's like, oh, lions do it. Why can't I?
So I have like a real opinion on what like the morals that you said. So
Okay.
I don't believe there's any like set of morals. It's just what people develop their own morals.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
I think morality is like an abstraction of social
it's
contract, but I
yeah,
mean,
it's definitely an abstract
it's about like
concept.
what you want to implement into a society that you're part of and what kind of ideologies you're encouraging.
Yeah, of course. So that means like everybody has their own ideas of morality, correct? So
Yeah, they
Generally,
do.
the
yeah,
general human society generally has their own general idea of morality. Like you can't fucking kill people. That's immoral.
yeah, of course. Many people like develop these things, and like it's because killing people is one of the extreme things, and in a society that people would live in, they would
hmm
develop that killing people is definitely a bad thing to do morally. But
Yes.
because in the society they're not exposed to anything, they're not exposed to what it is, and they're really insensitive. Their morals are more they don't really care about.
So, okay, so basically you're just doing an appeal to futility. That was like such a long-winded. You're basically saying that the majority of people don't care about the ethics of this situation, and so that's your justification for doing it?
No, it's just that the
Well,
morals
that's
that
what you're saying
they
in
have
response. I'm
developed.
asking for a
No, 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 like
justification, like
I'm just talking about
logically or morally.
no,
And
no, the morals that they have developed since
mhm.
childhood have been revolved around these reasons. So that means around their morality, they like animal cruelty isn't much of a problem, and
No,
that's why
I know.
Dude, I'm asking you for a moral justification or a logical justification for the
yeah, but
unnecessary exploitation of animals, and you're just saying, oh, well, most people, you're just kind of like
okay,
ranting about
basically
like
what I
what
mean.
most people are likely or not likely to do. I don't care. It's like we're
Okay,
having
okay,
a
yeah,
conversation
all right.
about ideas and what's right and wrong. Like, it
So
doesn't
what I
matter.
mean
Like,
is
the
that
whole world could
okay,
explode tomorrow and none of this would matter anyway, but.
no, no, what I mean is that most people don't share the same morals as you.
So what's your point? So what? What does that have to do with justifying needless cruelty? Like, there's lots of places where a minority opinion is, the right one or the
It's
ethical one. Like,
actually okay.
if
So
you're okay, so if you're in Nazi Germany and like, I mean that I'm not comparing the two situations, but that's your same justification. Is like, oh well, the majority of people are okay
okay,
with
yeah,
it,
okay. I just
and
figured out
they
something.
don't
Okay,
care
so
that much.
in Nazi
So.
Germany, all right, they were grown up and they were put under a ton of propaganda and everything. But
Mhm.
do you think they are bad people because of that? That they
I
were
think some
grown
of
up
them
like
were
this?
probably like I'm convinced that like a lot of Nazis were victims of circumstance, like super young teenagers born into that, and like
Exactly.
yeah, they
That's
might have done
in the
like
entire
things.
society.
Yeah, but
That's the entire
also
society. Th-
once like they're able to make that connection that like oh shit, I'm participating in the Holocaust. If say they were to like make that connection and they were like this is wrong, we shouldn't be like mass
Right.
executing
I don't think you should
No,
compare
no,
not being vegan
they
to
don't know
fucking
that
the
for
Holocaust. You also
arbitrary
cannot do
reasons.
because
that.
Okay, well some Nazis
everybody
did. All
around
right,
them is
but
saying it's a good
if
thing.
if they realized that and then they just kept doing it, then I would think they were terrible
Okay,
people, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. If they realize that, but everybody around them, and since
It,
they were growing up, they all think it was good things, and it's
I
the
don't see
same
how
thing.
eating meat makes you a shit person,
No, no, no.
I never
So
said that.
even if you know.
as
Well,
they were
a
growing up,
decent
they
person,
were
not a
hearing these
Oh,
decent
well, I
things.
said
person.
once. No, I said once you know. Yeah, once you know what
Yeah,
happens to
yeah, yeah,
But
animals and
like,
that
okay,
it's completely
wait.
needless, like, and you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
voting for these places to exist. I mean, I think that yeah, that is probably
So you're
not a
saying like
ringing
if you know
endorsement.
that animals are being tortured and shit, and you still eat meat, then you're like not a decent person morally.
So no, no,
I
no,
would
that can be
argue,
different
yeah,
because
those are
here,
not morals
I
that I
give you
would
my
want
idea on
to
this right
like
here.
foster in the society that I'm a part of. I think it's
Yeah,
bad.
I understand, I understand. But I believe that because as an example, they were taught that killing Jews was a good thing. So in their mind, it was a good thing to do, and they
hmm
were grown up to be like that way. They couldn't change that.
Yeah, just like
Um,
the way that we can change that. Like, dude, I ate
yeah,
meat for most
yeah,
of my
yeah.
life, and
But
like,
what? Here, I
it's
try to do the other path. It's just that
all right.
when
Sorry.
they think
Go
this
ahead.
is a good thing and they're watching Jews die, it is. So you said if they watch them and they realize what's happening to them, that they're bad
I didn't
people.
say if they
But
watch them. I just said if they basically make the connection that what they're doing is wrong, like, but then they continue
if they
doing
do
it.
it, oh yeah, that's
I mean, the
bad.
majority of Nazis were objectively evil. We're talking about like a really small percent of like I don't know, like kids and teenagers that were like brought up in that and just like lived in fear of dying and all that shit. And
No, 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 no. All those people, all those Nazi soldiers was propaganda every day since they
Yeah,
were
I'm pretty sure they
children.
had
Like,
to be
dude, why are
Nazis,
we talking about
actually.
Nazi Germany?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
no,
think
aware
Nazi
that it was
Germany is a good
propaganda.
comparison to fucking eating meat.
I'm
it's
interested in
it does.
arguments that are going to justify, uh, needless exploitation of animals.
So you're gonna say that, but in your moral code, there
Yeah,
is no fucking justification.
the justification is that the people think it's a good thing, or they think they don't know what happens. It's
What does
either
that
of those
mean?
two.
People think it's a good thing. Some
it-
people think it's a good thing to murder.
So
They think it's a good thing to
Different
commit
people have different
genocide.
moral
They...
codes. You can't say, okay, what's like? Look,
exactly.
you can't tell
Well,
people to change your view of a moral code. Because if you
Yeah.
view it immoral, then
What?
every argument anyone's gonna say is you're just gonna say
That's
it's
the
immoral.
most ridiculous thing. That's what our society is. Like, we're constantly having these dialogues with each other and these conversations where we're negotiating what our moral codes are. That just doesn't even... That's so, like, asinine. Like,
Yeah, but the way you're asking a question is you're asking people to change yours, which you believe to be objectively correct no matter what, which is literally impossible. You're asking people to make an argument that you're not going to accept no matter what happens.
yeah,
Yeah, I
okay,
can agree with that.
Like,
congratulations.
you're literally never going to accept the
I...
argument. So the point of this is really retarded. Like, you can call people
Well,
bad people and shit, but like, there's no point. You're asking people to change your view on
dude, you're
something that
getting
no matter what
fixated
happens, you have
on
it
the
changed up.
title. Yeah, I put it like that because it's just something, you know, it's like a meme of like, alright, prove me wrong. It's just the precursor to a debate. Like, I don't know why you're like...
What are you trying to debate then?
I'm
if it's
trying
not
to
the
debate
title of
the
the group?
ethics of needless
The ethics
exploitation
of
of
it? So, like,
animals. I've said
So like
that,
whether
yeah.
it's right or wrong.
Whether it's something that should be committed or not, yeah. And it's like, you don't have
Okay,
to
that
be
makes
here,
more
dude. You
sense.
can leave. Like, people join and like talk about this. Like, I really don't care. So,
Oh, I'm just curious.
well, I'm asking. Like, I've asked like so many times already. Like, does anyone have an argument? And no one's saying anything.
Okay, to be fair though, you're asking them to make an argument that no matter what happens, you won't accept.
Yeah, to be
How do you
honest,
know that? You're not
because
Because
you
in
don't
your
possess
in
like...
your moral code. Okay, look. I guess to say you're objectively correct. Like it
You're
is
just
wrong
making,
to
you're
like
just
murder animals
you're
and shit.
interacting with me like with a figment that
No matter
you
no
imagine
matter
to be
what
me that's
happens.
not really there
Okay, look.
because you don't know my
No
opinions
matter
on
what
things.
anybody says, you won't change your mind.
Being
Because it's
vegan
a
is
moral code. You're
moral
not gonna change
obligation
it.
of decent people. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Yeah, I believe in that. Why not?
so basically,
I've been
I
asking,
mean, I
okay,
agree
So
with
what
so
that
is
guy.
this
So
title, man?
I've been asking someone to provide either a moral or a logical justification for needless cruelty and exploitation of animals, and so far
What?
we've gotten some rants about Nazi Germany and
oh god,
just some weird
Quentin
non
going
sequiturs about things
Galilee.
that...
yo
Say
yo,
what?
What do you
So
think
are you saying
about?
people who eat meat aren't good people?
No, I don't think that, man. I think that we're all
What
part of the
do you
system that's like
think?
kind of
Can
robbed
I?
us of certain like information.
Robbed you
Uh,
of what, you fucking degenerate loser?
Oh my god,
It is so
fucking
bad. Shut the fuck
nah,
up. You're
bro. I know
gross,
exactly
fucking
what
Basically,
degenerate
meat
loser.
gives you like atherosclerosis,
Literally,
heart
that's how we
disease,
survived as
cancer.
Bro, everything gives you
No,
cancer.
you're
Come
wrong.
on.
No,
You're
that's actually not true.
wrong.
That's
You're
actually
actually
So much
wrong.
things give
that's
you
You're
actually
cancer.
not
actually
true.
wrong.
oh
Where's
my
your
wait,
god.
okay,
where's your
listen,
ethics?
listen.
I'm gonna have to mute
Health
at least
effects.
two
Are we
people.
gonna
Not everyone
play?
stops
The
talking,
health
right?
effects does not mean moral. Okay, it doesn't mean it's moral.
No, no,
So
but
you
hang
can
on,
have
hold on,
smoking. Is it
hold
okay?
on.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
like the health of it is relevant because I am not like against the idea of say like if someone is like literally going to starve and they hunt an animal, like I don't have a moral issue with that. But like what the vast majority of scientific research shows is that yeah, not only do we not need animal products, but
Bro, I'm
they have a
also
lot
You're
of
wrong.
adverse
You're
health
actually
effects.
wrong.
Yo,
100%
bro.
Okay,
I'm
wrong.
well,
also
give me
Your
some
research
vegetarian.
is
information.
So
false.
Okay, well,
the,
cite a
the health
source. What
effects
about
does not
the
mean
Academy of Diet? What? What did you say?
Literally, there's
moral. So
tons and
it
tons
doesn't
of
matter what the health
scientists
effects. It doesn't mean it's moral or not
disagrees with.
whether the health effects are bad. Because if you smoke, are you morally a bad person?
I
What the
don't think
fuck?
so. I smoke
That's
weed.
different. The
Just
tobacco
answer
isn't
him.
being
Holy
slaughtered.
shit.
Okay, just
No,
answer
no,
the
no. You're
question.
Sorry,
talking about
just
health
hold on.
effects.
Let me mute someone. Like,
Wait,
hold
can
on.
can I say something? I'm
No.
new to this shit.
You
Alright,
like here.
mute.
Gross. You sound like a
I really
beaner.
have to say something. I
Alright,
really want
what
to
was
say
your...
something.
Okay, I'm asking...
Listen,
Wait, stop!
like
I'm gonna mute you, dude, if you don't shut up, right? She was asking about something health related. So, okay. So I'm asking you, where are you getting this information? Because there's the Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition, like one of the largest organizations of health experts in the world. There's like
okay.
100,000...
Did you know that there's tons of vegans who literally have cancer?
What the fuck
Tons of
do I
them.
care about that?
What does it
Dude,
have to
like
do with
there's
anything?
tons of
That's
people
literally one of
everywhere
your
that have
I don't
arguments.
think
You
cancer.
that.
literally said that eating
might be
meat
the
gives you
topic.
cancer.
No.
That was
There's
one of
tons
your
of people
arguments when
everywhere.
I
What are you
joined.
talking about? Every
If you smoke weed,
epidemiological
you're
study
never gonna
shows
get
that
cancer.
vegans and certain types of lacto-vegetarians have lower risks of cancer, certain types of heart disease, diabetes. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So provide some
And you're
evidence
very
because
fit. Like,
No, seriously,
That's a
provide
subjective
some
power
evidence
you
opinion.
think
because
You
is
can't
Academy of
argue that.
Nutrition and
That's just
You
Dietetics,
don't
it's not a
feel
vegan
hungry?
organization.
Fucking
Also,
A.
can we queue?
Oh,
Those
they just
that fucking
fucking
magic some
left.
shit.
So only decent. So vegans are only the only decent people. Is that what you're
No.
saying?
No. I want to say something. I really
All
want
right,
to say
please,
something, okay?
just let Justin Joy talk, right? Please, like, just don't
Okay.
interrupt him for a sec.
So I've been to Finland, okay? And they have very strict rules concerning cruelty, animal
Brush it up,
abuse, and
Grandpa.
yeah, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
exactly, dude. We're trying to get our
Wait a
points
minute.
across, bro.
I didn't say anything about
We
your
don't want a
age
history
or
buff.
if
Just
you're
get to the
fucking
point.
young or old. I don't give a shit. Let me fucking finish in my own fucking way. If not, I'm just gonna fucking leave. Or
All right,
just,
all right. Let him finish, but
okay?
just keep it under 60
So,
seconds, bro, for real.
cool. They take the animals that are dead in the forest, yeah, by, I don't know, other animals, let's say, or crashes, yeah,
Yeah.
so to say, yeah,
Okay. I'm with you.
and they eat it. What is the problem?
That's vegan. I don't have a. It's like if you run over a roadkill, and you just
What is
or I
wrong
guess
with farming animals?
because we don't need it to be healthy and to like thrive physically.
I'm
So
so
like
Because
confused.
actually,
You made all this
actually,
huff and puff.
no,
You made
actually,
all this
listen,
huff and fuss
no,
about
just
literally
shut
no
the fuck up.
points.
Let me
You
speak.
just said
Let
0
me
points.
speak. I have something to say, okay?
no, wait,
So
dude, hold on.
reindeer
Okay,
meat
all
is
right.
actually regenerating you
Dude,
because
what the fuck?
it's
I
a
don't care
very
about your
clean
weird, very.
environment, okay?
Give me a peer-reviewed
So
scientific
that's
study,
one
dude. I don't
point of
care
view,
about
yeah. That
anecdotes, all right?
because I have more and more points of views, so to say, yeah.
I think what he's trying to
Animals
say
that
is
are
that when you
far,
eat an animal, like when, for example, when you eat like beef or something, you're eating the nutrients that the animal is eating. So therefore, instead of you like eating the
Okay.
plant,
the
you're eating like
What
bones,
nutrients can
the
you only get from an
bone.
animal?
How do I
Just tell
say
me.
in English? The bone.
Oh wait, hold
What's
on. I have to
inside the bone?
hold on.
You know, the essence of the
I have
whatever
to kick
bone
some
Bone
system.
marrow.
Yeah, whatever.
All
If
right.
you eat that and if you make
Who's
a
not
soup out
talking
of it,
right now?
usually they make soup out of it. It's
Just
actually
for sake,
going to
Cashman.
regenerate you. I had back pain and I ate that and it was just,
Dude, shut
oh,
up. I don't care about anecdotes. Anyone can say that. I can be like, I ate some fucking, like, I don't know, some gluten-free bread, and then I did like 1,000 push-ups on a single breath. Like, I care about scientific research, dude. Like,
well, to be honest, he did give you something that's actually very true.
what was that? I'm asking.
Well, I don't know about it, but I know some scientists that speak about it where you take the bones of an animal and you make a broth out of it and actually regenerates. I don't know what it is, but he was actually given something true.
What are you saying right
and
now?
I'm
Okay, so
sorry
you
if
have no evidence
I,
still. So basically, you're making
I don't
claims
like
that reindeer
skepticism.
bones are
I don't like
magic and they
critic,
regenerate
but
you.
it's not just it's not magic, bro. It's not.
No,
I
dude.
mean, I
No,
talk
I'm
from
okay. Well,
experience.
dude, you had
I
you
don't
know.
speak
Stop,
from
dude. Stop
books
talking.
or
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna
bullshit.
mute you, dude, and I'm gonna kick you. Like seriously, you talked for a long time. I'm trying to ask whoever it was. Like I don't know the high pitched voice.
It's me, Quentin.
Okay, Quentin. So give me an example of a source. Like give me an actual source that I can
My so
look up in real
you mean
time.
like
Yeah.
a scientific source?
No, you're
What are
saying these
yours?
claims are factually wrong. I'm asking you where you get your evidence. You're just like literally talking out of your ass. I don't think you
I'm
have
not
any
talking out of
evidence.
my ass. I actually
Okay.
did listen to scientists
Okay, what
who spoke
scientists?
about it,
Tell
and
me.
also
You
who
keep
like
saying
went through
scientists. You keep saying
health
it's out
stuff.
there. Give me something then. It seems like you've never thought about this before hardly at all. So give me
No,
something.
I did think about this many times before. What are you
Then
talking about? I
say
used
it.
to be a
Stop.
vegan once upon a time,
Okay, well
and I stopped, and it made me
why
ill.
are you not
I'm
saying that right
because
now?
of
Why
it.
are the words coming out of your mouth, not the one thing apparently that could actually prove me wrong? You have the silver bullet of some evidence or some scientific paper that you can't
The
say it or you
evidence
don't know it.
is that you, first of all,
Hmm.
you're not providing evidence, so therefore you can't even
I
criticize
did. I
me
said the
for not
Academy of
providing
Dietetics
evidence.
and Nutrition,
Well, to
one of
be
the
honest, there's a
largest
difference between
one of the
veganism and
largest health organizations in the
vegetarianism.
world, the World
So
Health Organization. Go look up their research that they have on the World
I
Health
did.
Organization
Go to the
website about the
Cancer
effects of
Center
meat.
website. They talk
Yeah.
about eating meat a lot. So therefore,
Okay, I don't send. What website is that? Because I don't believe you. Because the World Health Organization has an official statement on the carcinogenic effects of meat, certain animal
What about the
products.
sources of like the nutrients that we
carcinogenic,
need, including
the
protein and other stuff like vitamins and
look,
There's
stuff?
plant
it's about
sources of
how you
protein.
raise the
There's
animal.
there's
Literally, they're
tons
How
of.
you
better if
raise the
they're
animal,
coming
and
No,
from
they're
that's it.
not.
from
What
meat.
evidence
Because
do you have
if
that
you
they're
raise the
better?
animal in poor conditions, it
Alright,
will
search
be afraid.
protein
It will be
and let's see the
terrified. I don't
sources
know.
and if they're
Fucking
the
A.
sources that are plant-based compared to the animal based,
Give
which
me
ones
give
are
me a
better?
source. I'm getting mine right now. Plant versus
Yeah,
animal
search for
protein.
protein and see the
And
which better
I
source is
already have this
the
fucking
plant source
saved.
or the animal source.
You're still not providing any goddamn evidence. Okay, a new paper from Stanford University published last month. This was actually December 2019, so it would have been November of 2019, so a year ago, comparing plant and animal protein. Research found that plant proteins contain all essential amino acids, and plant protein has virtually the same digestibility as animal sources of protein. This contradicts the popular belief that it is difficult to get all required amino acids on a plant-based diet, and that your more total protein.
Thank you, just read it right
Am-
there. That was it.
What?
You just said it, right? Am I the only one who just heard it?
This contradicts the popular belief that it is difficult to get all required amino acids on a plant-based diet. It literally says this contradicts. I don't think you heard me correctly. This contradicts the popular belief that it is difficult to get all required amino
Yeah,
acids
let
on
him
a
say something.
plant-based
He was
diet,
trying to make a point.
and that you require more total protein on a plant-based diet. So it contradicts
I'm gonna
that
take
you
some
can't
well,
get
magic
all your
let's
amino
mushrooms.
acids
go
on a
ahead
plant-based
and
So
diet.
talk
That
about the
belief, and it
protein
also
ship.
contradicts
patient.
the wrong idea that being on a plant-based diet means it'll be harder to get the same amount of protein, or that you'll need to have a higher intake of protein.
Well,
So
just think
Stanford
about it from
University,
this angle.
Stanford
How much
University in the
protein do you
last
get
year.
from like legumes, for example? Like,
No,
what's the
you're,
percentage?
dude, I'm gonna like you're just filibustering. Like you're not saying anything. I just provided a source. Where's your
Sylvester,
source? No, where's your source? I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
hear you
just base
talking.
yourself on superfoods and everything's okay. Everything that's essence,
I
everything
don't,
that's
dude.
nuts and
Shut
stuff
up. I
like that,
don't
and
care
you're
about.
okay. You don't have to
I
eat
don't
meat.
care
But
about.
if
You're
you
like in the
want
middle
to,
of a conversation. Stop interrupting, please. Like,
if you
yeah,
don't
let them
want to
no.
eat
talk.
meat, it's also okay. Let's just fucking play. I wanna play.
No,
Then go
I'm
join
gonna
another
no,
group. Holy shit!
I'm
Why
gonna
are you
keep
sitting in this
interrupting
group
you.
fighting for us
Hey,
to
I'm
queue?
gonna keep interrupting you if you don't provide a source because you're weaseling out. You're saying
I'm
you
not
came in here.
weaseling
I was
out
trying to no,
because,
I was trying to have a debate about the ethics of needless animal
dude,
exploitation.
I can
You
do
started
what you're doing
filibustering
right now.
talking
I can
about
Google
health.
search stuff and give you fucking
Then do
sources.
it.
Like how
Then do
you're.
it. Then do it, and I'll look it up. Because I'm providing you actual sources. Stanford
By
University, the
searching
World
stuff.
Health Organization,
No,
Academy of
they're
Dietetics and
not good
Nutrition.
sources, and plus you're probably being biased, very biased with your words
So you
and
I
your.
have no
tend to agree with
So
justification.
you're
him
You have no
probably.
somehow
evidence.
because
Congratulations.
I
All you
don't
have
like
are
I
stupid
do have
ad
evidence.
hominems.
I don't
Like
like
you
animal
bias in
abuse.
search.
All you have
So
are
let's just
ad hominems.
It's like
You
as if
don't
you're
you don't
searching
you don't have any
how.
research. Okay, yeah, all you can say is, "Oh, you're an ideologue.
Wrong.
Oh, you're an ideologue. You're just you've got your mind made up, so I'm not going to say anything. You're
No, I
literally
don't have
just
my mind
yeah.
made up. You
No,
were
no, you're saying
biased.
that about me. And
Yes, because you're biased.
you're not providing any evidence. So like what are
Fine,
you
I'll
basing
Google search it and give you all evidence you need. Like you. That's
do
what
it
you're
right now.
doing.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do
Why
it.
don't you
But
try
let that guy say his point while I'm giving you my
oh, I
sources.
muted him. Why don't you try just typing into Google meat
Just say your
and
point. Say it.
cancer.
Say your point.
like what, bro?
So yeah, so far no one's provided any justification, morally, logically, or scientifically. There's been no research
Just
provided
said I don't like
for
animal
the
abuse, bro.
health
I don't
benefits
like
of.
animal abuse. I
Okay,
agree
well I'm
totally. I agree
talking
with you,
to
bro.
okay, thank you. All right, so we've got one that agrees with me, and who agrees with Quentin, who has provided no evidence and no arguments so far, but for some reason still feels a justification for shouting and interrupting people trying to have a debate about ethics.
I'm
I
tired
just want to know.
out and you're still talking.
I just want to know why it's a moral obligation. Why?
I would say it's a moral obligation in the same sense that the moral obligations we assign to our socializing as humans, so there's certain things that we avoid just based on very basic considerations of our predicament as
Decency,
people. So
humility,
we don't have, yeah, we try to avoid needless
empathy.
cruelty and suffering like most
So if you
decent
just go to
people
the
we know.
store and get a steak, is that bad?
Well, that's like yeah, I mean, so in the
I can
one
I can
so the way
understand
that they sell
killing
it to you is
animals.
Pity,
you're
you
not
have to have.
killing the animal, but you're paying for the place that kills the animal to stay open. You're financially supporting them. You're complicit in what they're
Oh
doing
my.
because you can
Somehow,
Okay.
yeah,
boycott these
he's kind of.
industries and they'll lose
Like,
business and they'll go out of business.
oh, look at you finding solutions. You're the problem, you know that.
But what's
Hey, you got any
okay?
evidence or
Whoa,
what? Or
whoa, whoa,
you're
whoa.
just talking out your ass again? I'm gonna have to kick you if you can't
Yeah,
provide
Clinton,
Yeah,
any
I got
evidence or
lots of them.
arguments.
You want to send me links? I searched it and I got
Yeah,
like
just say it.
a
Say
bunch
it
of
right
them.
now. Say it. What's your
Alright,
source?
so my first evidence comes from this university in UK. My second evidence
Oh,
comes from the
this university in the UK? Sorry,
healthline.com.
what
It's
university? This university? Which university? Tell me.
it's
Oh, come on, let us
NHL.
speak, bro.
No,
Let us
no,
speak,
she's literally
bro.
bullshitting. She's saying
No,
this
bro,
My
let us
university.
second
speak.
evidence
Did you
comes
know
from
Oxford
Harvard.
This
My
University?
third
university
evidence
You
isn't
had
comes
it?
your time. Let us
from
speak.
the
Let her speak.
what is it called? Right. Wait. Oh, from ummedicine.org. Wow, that's a good source right there, right?
Okay, so you said this university? So go through it again. You've got
I
just
said
type it in chat.
Harvard.
Type it in
That was
chat.
my first one.
Type it in the group chat right now.
And I got
I can't
Mayo
understand what you're saying.
Clinic.org,
Type it in the group chat.
thehealthy.com. I got the
So
New
you're
York
just listing fucking random blog
Times.com.
articles. You can't type it because you have
No,
bullshit.
why would
Oxford
I want to type?
University has a pro plant based like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's probably
You're
another
literally just
snowflake
being
like yourself.
a dishonest
You're
piece of
being
shit. Seriously.
dishonest. No, you
No,
are
I'm
a
not. I'm
dishonest
giving you
person.
my sources.
Yes,
I'm telling you
you
Stanford
are.
University. You're saying
That is
random blog
irrelevant.
articles like
What's your
healthy
link?
living.
Give us
You're
your
saying
link.
like
Write the name of the
healthyliving.com.
article in the
That's
chat.
not a scholarly source. That's not a scientific peer-reviewed source. Like I'm sorry. You're
Wait,
not
do you believe in
providing
that?
evidence.
Do you
Bro,
believe
it
in
doesn't have to be
transgenders?
a.
Do you think people can't do have rights to transition to another gender?
What are you talking about now?
I just
No,
want to know his
I
opinions
I don't know.
about transgenders. Do you believe in them or not?
what? I think a
What do you mean?
person
Do I
should be able to do whatever they
believe
want
in
with their own
them?
body, honestly.
What
I
do you
think
mean
like
believe in
suicide
them?
should be legal in certain, but I don't think that
No, but
murder should
do
be legal.
you
But
do
you're still
you
not
like?
providing. No, and stop trying to weasel out. You're still not providing
No,
any
I just
sources.
want
Write
to
it in the
know your
chat.
line of
Write it
thinking.
in the
I want
chat.
to know your
Put
line
a
of thinking.
link. I don't care. Stop
Yeah,
trying
what
to
does that mean?
derail.
What does that mean? What does that
You're
mean?
literally getting
I'm
cornered
trying
and
to
you're
get
trying
my
to
point of
derail.
reference here. No,
Yeah,
why
I
aren't
don't
you
care.
allowing to?
Yeah,
Why
what
not?
does that? Can you just explain what that means?
Alright,
You
what
You're
I
just
not
said that.
providing
why?
any
I
evidence,
just
and
want to
I'm
know
gonna
if
kick you from
he
the group.
agrees
I'm
with a
not going
guy
to entertain
transitioning to a female
bullshit
or
with
not.
dishonest people who are just trying to like fucking filibuster and be an asshole. Like I'm
Filibuster.
trying to actually have people in here who will have conversations. So like either stop trying to weasel out of it and
I'm not weaseling out of it. I
type your
literally
source in
give
the
you my
chat, or I'm
sources.
just
I
gonna
did.
remove you because like you're literally just talking out of your ass.
I don't care. I'll remove myself, you fucking snowflake.
Then do it. You have no evidence. Get out.
Blog articles are not scientific evidence. Thank you very much.
She was like, this university in the UK. I'm like, fuck off. Like, and everyone's just sitting there trying to let her do it. Like, I'm gonna interrupt people if they
Yeah,
just are
that's not
being
scientific
dishonest.
evidence.
Seriously. You don't have to be here. Just leave. Alright, so who else has an argument against it? Because I actually want to hear.
I believe there's someone in chat.
I think you have to unmute someone.
So I don't have an argument, but yeah, I agree with the moral premise
Okay,
that
muted.
you're bringing forth. Frankly, I think that eating meat really it's going to be obsolete like in 30 years. To be honest, like all it does is add to global warming.
Ah, I think I
It-
found the article. Wait a minute. What
Dude, let this guy talk, alright?
she
You
was
interrupt her
referring
Hey,
to
because
listen,
was
just
listen.
I
mute
let him go.
Justin
Let him
Joy,
go.
okay?
Hey,
Let me see if I
let
can
me just
paste this here.
I'm just gonna reread this because you
Here
probably.
it is.
Okay, I muted Justin Joy because he
Okay.
just keeps interrupting.
All right, listen. So, um, following the rules. Okay, I'm gonna skip all the parts where you just muted me and didn't want to listen to other people. first of all, I just want to ask you right before I say anything. What is the
Okay.
connection between morality and health choices?
The connection is that if someone needs to do something for just basic health or their well-being, that changes the ethicality of certain actions. Like, for instance, as I said before, if you're like in a plane crash, you go down in the wild, if you have to hunt an animal to survive, I wouldn't say that's unethical. But we don't need to do that. We're not in that situation. We live in a globalized society with, you know, grocery stores and anything we possibly need. I mean, we're playing
Okay.
Overwatch online. You can get whatever you need. So, like, there's no need to eat meat. It's completely needless. It's destroying the environment. It's, like, horribly, horribly cruel and just vile
It's
and
cruel to
disgusting.
eat it.
All right. Yeah, that sounds a reasonable argument. Okay, I accept your argument. Though what I believe is that that is only a small portion of the whole situation.
You mean,
Um,
wait, so you're saying a small portion of, like, the animal cruelty that goes
no,
on?
no, 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 not the entire thing. I'm talking about this specific part where about health. The health, the connection between morality and health. You're only talking about a small part of it. What I'm understanding is that you're talking about if you need to do it to survive or to increase your health, then and you do it yourself, that's completely fine. Am I correct?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So basically, what if you don't need it? That's the part that you didn't talk about.
Well, that's the
That
part that I
much.
wanted to talk about, but we
Yeah.
had to, like, clear up the health thing first.
Yeah. What I think about that point is that so cigarettes like tobacco, they cause global warming. The same thing as animal farming and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And they also they don't need it. They don't need it at all. It's actually bad for the health, worse
Okay.
than meat. And
Alright. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna say that we're not killing animals for these things, right?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, first I was gonna say that I don't smoke, and I think that tobacco as an industry is bad and should be boycotted. So I don't see how that's a point in your favor. And also,
Yeah.
too, I'm not an environmental activist, I guess, and I'm not trying to have a debate about what is better for the environment. I'm trying to have a debate about even if there weren't environmental factors, I still think that eating meat and exploiting animals
Okay.
needlessly is completely unethical and wrong.
Okay.
I
Yeah, that's
feel I
true.
feel like the
Um.
environmental standpoint is probably the strongest argument though, because if you're going to make a moral decision on this, most people really don't care about the suffering of animals. But if you care about the longevity of the human race,
So is
I
that
think we
your
can all
reason? You
universally agree on that.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in what's going to get people to change. This isn't a
So okay.
debate about how
Okay.
are we going to get people to change. It's a debate about whether or not it's wrong.
I think if you care about the
So,
issue, then you should be attempting to convince as many people as possible, and perhaps your strongest argument would actually be the environmental one.
Yeah.
like there are
I don't
definitely
know if I
people
agree
in
with
the
that
vegan
either.
community that think that, and that really try to implement that. It's kind of a divide, but
Okay. I just want to say something. Do
yeah,
you remember
and
when
whether
you
or not that's true, like that may be true. I'm not saying it is, but if that's true, that's still not really what I'm trying to like get
okay? So
into. I'm trying to just
Well,
basically
in the
debate
U.S. alone,
needless cruelty to animals and whether or not it's wrong, just as an
ar-
act in itself.
around 10% of our greenhouse gas emissions come from agriculture, and 71% of those emissions are methane, and methane is 3 times more potent at trapping heat than other greenhouse gases. So this is like what, like 30% of the problem, if you really think about it.
okay,
Yeah,
wait. Let me say
Like
something.
that's fucking huge.
Can I say something?
yeah,
Yeah, go
go
Okay.
ahead.
ahead.
So before Liberator, you said that before you said I remember you saying that if tomorrow we die, then it doesn't matter, right? We won't care. Do you remember saying that?
I was saying that in the context of like this same sidetracking, ridiculous argument of what is going to be effective in convincing people. It's like a way of sidestepping my actual challenge to you to basically come up with a moral justification for why you can needlessly cause suffering to animals. And
Okay. Yeah.
so when I
So
said
said
that, I
that.
was like, oh yeah, well maybe like the Earth could just explode or something, and it wouldn't matter because like it wouldn't matter which is going to be the most effective way. I was making a point about I'm interested in the actual arguments about why it's justified. Like if you have any, and if you don't, then I mean, I'm sorry, we'll have to
If
part
we're all
ways.
gonna
I
die
think you need to
tomorrow,
convince us as to why the suffering of animals matter.
wait,
Why
wait,
does it matter?
Do you care about the
if we all
suffering of
die,
any other non-human entities?
May
any way?
perhaps for some people
Like,
it's
would you be
pets,
sad
but
if you
I think
saw,
most
like...
people would agree that they don't care about the suffering of most animals. Like
Dude,
aside
why do
from
you keep
certain
going
house
back to
pets.
that? I'm asking you about what you believe. I don't care about the majority. I'm asking you right
I
now, like,
agree with you
why... No,
personally,
no,
but
yeah,
I'm
but
trying
no,
to
but you
look at
don't
this
though,
in a more
because I'm asking
generalistic manner.
questions and you keep like going out of it. Like, I'm asking you, like, do you care about any animals? Like, I'm just curious.
I
Like, do you
do.
care about dogs? Like, would you
I
feel?
care about the suffering of all animals, yes, and I completely agree with you. I try to eat as many plant-based meats as I can. I don't like eating actual meat.
Okay, well, I didn't expect you to say that. So, see, like, now I'm feeling like I was probably getting impetuous. You know, it's just honestly,
Oh
it
no,
was
you're
whoever
fine.
that was with the Quentin who left before. I was getting a bit like I hate when people do that. She was just like literally trying to street magic bullshit her way through, and she's like, this university in the UK, but
Yeah, and that study that like someone put in chat that said she was referencing literally argues against eating meat. Like it literally says in bold. It literally says in bold, red and processed meats do increase health risks. Then slightly farther, you do
Oh yeah,
not need to
eating
eat red
meat is
meat.
a
Some
morally
kinds of
deficient
meat are not
position.
necessarily healthier. Yeah, it's like
I
it's just
personally
insane.
believe that it's inherently immoral. Yes.
okay, then help us convince the rest of these people.
Oh yeah, well
Ultraviolet.
that's what I was trying to do. So
So wait, were you saying that basically your argument is like damaging the environment is
yeah.
immoral?
If we want to morally justify this, I don't think that it's really reasonable to attempt to convince most people that the suffering and mistreatment of animals actually matters. Most people will not agree on that. Most people do
Yeah,
not care about the suffering of animals. But what they do
I
care
don't think
about
you
is the
have any
longevity
reason
of
to
the
say
human
that
race.
though. No, I don't. I think
Yeah,
you're just
like
pulling that
I've
out
seen
because
like
that's the way you think.
No.
yeah, I
Well,
feel like the majority of like
it's
people
not
who
how
go
I
vegan,
think, and
like
we've
for
already
the
gone over this.
animals.
I
Well,
care
like
about the suffering of animals personally.
But you're
I
okay.
do.
But you pay about this. You care about the suffering of animals. But if you eat or consume any animal products or anything, I mean, you're paying for it to happen to them. So like,
Yeah, which is why I avoid it as much as I possibly can.
what do you mean as much as you possibly can?
Well,
What's
I
like
mean,
impossible to avoid?
some social situations I guess
Dude, I
are
have tons of social situations
obligated.
where there's no vegan options, and it's just like I figure something out. It's not that bad, you know. It's like mostly I wouldn't want their horrible non-vegan spread anyway. It's just like
I was mostly talking about family. Like when it comes to family, I will conform to a family. Uh, that is just yeah.
yeah, dude, family is the most powerful peer pressure there is. So I can understand that that would probably be the most difficult, but yeah, I did basically have to like separate from my whole family kind of when I stopped eating animal products for like a while, you know, like
Yeah, I
just
refuse to do that. I
but
will
why?
conform
You can't like
in
make your own food or
at every
something, or
turn.
like
No, I
you
can.
don't like
It's
you're
just
not able to like do grocery shopping, things like that, or what? I'm just asking, like actually.
oh no, it's not. It's not that. It's more like during Thanksgiving when you're having a Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not gonna say, oh, can I have like a vegan alternative? I will simply eat like what's provided for me. It's very rare
But I don't
where
say that
I'll.
either. I just make my own food. Like I don't know what you mean. Like
But I
so
personally like to participate, is what I'm saying.
you
And
can
I
make
care
your
a
own
lot
food and
about
just do you
those
have to be
rare
eating?
social
It's like do you
gatherings.
time like the bites where you take like the same bite at the same time? Like you could just eat your food and sit there with them and they eat their food and it's like
It's not the same. It's like there are some traditions that mean a lot to me, and like even
I
though I have
guess, but if
decided
those
to go.
it's a tradition that is based on unnecessary exploitation and cruelty to animals, but
No, I
I
agree, and
guess I have other
Thanksgiving is
traditions in
based
my
off
life,
the
so
exploitation of Native Americans, but we still celebrate it.
not really anymore. I mean, it is like in the origin story, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a capitalist holiday that's founded on, I mean, at least to us now, like what you're saying, the tradition of eating the same food at
Dude,
the
I'm eating
same
a
time.
big ass butter burger right now
We're
while
eating
you're
the same
talking. So
food at the
Yeah,
same
we can
time. That's
rebrand it
our
keep
as much
talking.
as we
tradition.
I'm
want. The
listening.
history is still there.
So what though? It's like you're needlessly financially supporting these industries. So
Oh, I
like I
wouldn't
don't.
personally buy it. I don't personally buy meat.
So you're saying you agree with us, but you don't actually, and we get this
Dude,
a lot. It's like
eating
I
chicken
think
is wrong.
you were you were trying to virtual signal And
I wasn't trying to virtue signal. I'm just having a debate. I'm actually asking people to try to justify it, and no one can. Like, all you said is
I work
tradition,
at
and that's not a
KFC, and I
well,
think
all I'm
justification, I guess.
hearing from you is a
eating
bunch of
chicken is
purity
wrong.
tests from someone who agrees with you. So I'm just not pure enough to fit into your ideal. And I personally
Purity
don't really give a
test?
shit about your
Dude,
ideal. I care
I
about
don't care
convincing the most
fit into
amount of
my
people
ideal. I'm
possible
just
that
trying to
eating
convince
meat
people
is
to
actually harmful.
stop like eating these products, like eating meat and supporting these industries. Like, I
Hold
don't
on.
know what you mean. I'm not trying to like invite you to a group or something. I'm just trying to say, look, this is really cruel and super needless, and it's actually really
I
bad for
knew
your
a
health.
few
So like
vegans,
maybe
and they
look
were
into it.
total fucking scumbags.
That's cool, dude. I knew a few meat eaters, and they actually propagated a genocide. So we could do this all day.
What is?
What the fuck, dude? You're one of
Alright,
those
yeah, that's
scumbags.
not that's not a constructive way of convincing people.
No, dude.
You see, this is how do you know what a constructive way is? I mean, really, like,
Well,
what do you know
again,
about turning people
we go
vegan?
to
Oh
the
How
my
many
things
god.
people?
that
You can't
are
even convince
easily
yourself to go
justifiable.
vegan.
I
What do you
can.
know about it?
I can.
I've convinced
You
plenty
can't
of
convince
people.
yourself to go.
I can. These fucking purity tests. I personally don't think people should be completely vegan. First of all, I
So
think we
then
should
we
stop
don't share
eating
an
meat.
opinion. You keep saying we have the same opinion, and I'm
What?
like not
Why is
letting you.
consuming milk bad?
You know what they need is
Because
a word.
okay, well,
We're
Well,
not
let
eating
he's
me.
right
that meat.
about that. He's right about
You have
that.
to
Why
answer
is
some questions though, like.
Why is
So
about
do
what?
you?
Why is
No,
consuming milk
I'm trying
bad?
to ask you.
I
Like,
can
do you
tell you.
care?
I can
Justify
tell
this.
you why. I
I'm
can tell
gonna.
you why.
Justify your
Okay.
positions.
I can
Hold
tell you
on.
why.
Hold on, he's not asking you, he's asking me. You share the same
Because
fucking
almond
opinion as
milk is
him, so
so
be
much
quiet.
better.
I'm saying.
almond milk's
True.
kind of gross, but I still drink
Yeah.
Can
I
it.
you
mean,
guys just
okay,
like
Okay.
shut up? Like, please, these two people are trying to have an actual conversation. You guys
Yeah,
keep
I'm gonna
interrupting.
mute
Like,
you
this
if
is
you don't
actually
shut
just
up.
Aren't you
making.
interrupting,
Oil
dude?
or Waters muted. Okay, so I muted Waters. If anyone else talks, gonna have to mute you. I'll unmute you in a bit, but I'm trying to talk to this person. Alright.
Okay. So why is
he
consuming milk bad?
left.
Okay. It's bad because it just causes needless cruelty and suffering, for
How so?
one. What do you mean, how so? Okay, do you know how milk is made? Like, do you know that, okay, cows need to be pregnant. Like, do you know that?
Dude, cows
I mean, the
love it when you
practices
suck
for
their udders.
farm are
I'm
different.
gonna mute you
In
too,
some
press,
farms,
if
they
you don't
treat
shut up.
their cows
Sorry,
very
what?
well.
Sorry, what did you say? They treat their cows very well? Was that your
Yeah.
argument? They don't, though. Like, it's established fact that
I
you would not want
mean,
to be a dairy cow.
can you
Like,
prove that this is
yeah.
something that happens
Yeah.
universally across
Yeah,
all farms?
99% of beef
I have
and
not seen
dairy
any
is.
information that suggests that.
Well, you're not
In
interested in the
fact,
topic that much, so why would you? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
if you still
find me
consume it, you're not
find me
going to be
information
like
that states
going out of
this.
your way.
How do you
If you
prove
still
this?
consume it, you're not going to be going out of your way to like figure out why it's
I don't
bad.
think
That's
consuming it is inherently immoral, especially if there's no suffering involved.
okay. So there's
So
male
how do the
calves.
cows
Okay,
suffer? Like,
okay. So
are
the
they
dairy
beating
industry,
and whipping their
the dairy
cows?
industry, they don't really have a lot of use for male calves. So a lot of the time on their first day of life, they're just hitting the head with a hammer and just thrown in the trash. Basically, dairy cows are just impregnated to death. They're just like they're repeatedly, forcibly impregnated with on these, yeah, actual like
Oh, fuck.
holding things that are called rape racks. Like that's actually the industry term for it. They call them rape racks.
They
The
impregnate
farmer,
milk cows to
will
death.
stick their whole
They
arm
impregnate
up the
milk
cow's
cows.
ass when they
Dude, so just
impregnate
To
one.
them.
death.
No, like, I mean, that's what they do. They forcibly impregnate them. They drain them of all their milk as much as they can. They just deplete them, like
You
suck
son
them
of a
dry.
bitch.
Impregnate
That
them
doesn't
as
really
soon as they
seem like
can
an
again.
optimal way of running a farm.
That's how they fucking do it, dude. Look it up.
On
And
every
then,
farm, right? And
On every
99%.
single farm?
Them, dude.
yeah, dude. Why don't you look up?
Wait, what do you mean that's not
I'm
like
pretty
a,
sure the
a
farm where I
practical
used
way
to
to
buy
do it?
milk did
Oh,
not
what
treat
farm
their
was it?
cows
What
that
farm
way.
is it? What farm is it? You're gonna pull a Quentin? What farm is it? I'll look it up right now. What farm is it? Tell me. Unless it was
One
like
sec.
some Amish farm. And like even if there are those farms out there, I'm not saying they're not, that have like, you know, slightly better treatment of their animals in some cases.
I feel like those
That's
farms would
still
likely
like
be in the
that's right
minority.
over
that's
there,
still
dude.
like the 1%,
I mean,
and that's
the
not where
onus
you
of
buy your
Yeah,
meat, I'm
evidence
guessing.
is on
I've
you.
actually looked up
You
to know
have to
that
prove
they,
this
it's
to
like
me.
it's like roughly
Where are you
99%.
finding these sources?
Okay. Wait, Nano, hold on.
Dude, did you know
Do you have
85%
any
of
sources?
Americans, 85% of Americans think that vegans are gay.
Alright, Alright, sorry, dude. I was
Hey.
like, when you were calling me earlier, I was.
Wait,
like,
you're talking in game. You're talking in game. You're talking in
That's
game. You're
alright.
talking in game.
I don't care that
I
much.
think they are right, dude.
I'm looking it up.
Because I mean, think about it.
This guy's arguing for us. He's saying he thinks that we're right.
He's gay.
Oh no, he's just a troll. Alright. Did you get it?
Get what?
99%. Okay. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. The USDA, United Departments of State Agriculture. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let
You
me
got
mute
it?
my mic.
Fuck
Okay,
yourself,
so you were asking like where you're getting
I
the
think it sounds
information that
off so I can talk.
99%. So the USDA, the US United States Department of Agriculture, and the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, yeah, released figures showing that 70.4% of cows, 98.3% of pigs, 99.8% of turkeys, 98.2% of egg-laying hens, and over 99.9% of chickens raised for meat come from factory
Race for meat.
farms.
Race for meat. Race for meat.
Yeah,
That's
what